Well, hey there, and welcome back to this series about Canva for creative education. So, today I want to talk to you about how much simpler it is to use a handout that you've designed as a template for continuing to design handouts in a series or in a single project that's going to have many elements, rather than starting a brand new blank handout every time. It is much easier to use this duplicate button right here, this little plus button, and continue to create using the same elements that you already have with minor tweaks rather than starting over on every page. So let me show you what I mean. So I already have created in some of these other videos this sort of basic idea for handout. And let's say I'm going to have instructions up here at the top. They're going to be smaller. They're going to probably be like 12-point font. And I'm maybe going to have those instructions go down a ways. Maybe I'm going to put in like a line, a dotted line between some instructions and some other elements on my page. And I'm going to make that line match my handouts overall. And I'm going to have more text down here. Just to give you that idea. Let's imagine that I had a whole bunch of text. So I'm just going to copy and paste that a couple times. And maybe I have some kind of graphics at the bottom. Maybe I'm going to have like, maybe this is going to be a podcasting kind of handout. And so I'm going to have some headphones down at the bottom, and they're going to be in a circle, which I'm going to grab under elements and change once again. Now you guys know how to do all this. It's so great. Use my color palette. I use my layering tool. I adjust the size a little. I use my color palette again and make everything match. And let's say you're getting the idea. This is kind of like the basic first handout. Now I'm going to continue to create my project. And rather than start with a blank canvas and have to sort of figure out the size and color of my header again, figure out the size of my instructions again, add more dividing lines, add more text, add another circle, etc., I'm just going to duplicate the page. And now I'm going to have a really quick and easy time going page 2. Maybe I'm going to move this down here. I'm going to use my flip tool, flip it vertical. I'm going to move my circle up to there. I'm going to make my headphones smaller. All I'm really doing here is keeping things consistent so it has a very similar look and it matches, and yet making what I need for the next section. So maybe this is going to have a little model down here, and it's going to be text that is vertical next to this, paint splash. And I'm going to have a lot of very similar elements, because this is just another page that kind of continues to explain the project. So here we have page 1. Here we have page 2. It took me 2 seconds to do the design for the second page. And now, of course, I have to do the work of explaining the project, but I have kind of my basics. And let's say, for example, then I want to go to page 3. I want to design a rubric now. And I'm going to create just kind of a basic graphic design for the rubric. Maybe the rubric is going to have a different color in the background. You get the idea. But when you design like this, whether you're designing handouts for a project for students, or they're designing, for example, a research carousel that's going to have 10 different slides, when you copy and paste the slide, instead of starting with a brand new slide, all of your elements remain consistent. And it is so much faster and so much easier to design that way than to go back and as you design the next handout, be like, okay, what size was this text? Okay, 50.8. What size was this text? Okay, how transparent did I have this? I had it at 57% transparency. Where did I get this headphones? I have to go back in and search headphones again. Everything is just much quicker when you duplicate the slide. So that is my hot tip for today.